Well, we're out here at the FlyInCruiseIn today, a wonderful day, and I have with me two lady pilots who flew in yesterday evening, a little early, and in one way it's kind of good because the traffic up in the sky right now is just awesome. I mean, one plane after the other, just coming in and landing and coming in and landing, flying over. It's just great. You flew in from where? First, give us your name.
My name is Pat Wegner. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I flew in yesterday afternoon, got in about 5:30, I think.
5:30 last night. It was a nice evening also last night.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful flying.
How was the flight all the way from there?
It was pretty good. There was a little bit of a ceiling coming around through Chicago, so we had to stay down about 2,000 feet above the ground. And but once we got over to Indiana, of course, everything cleared up.
And you flew in from where?
I met Pat up in Racine, Wisconsin. We flew down together. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, though.
Okay. And you are Marge?
My name's Marge Balazs.
And you flew in from where, Texas?
I flew in from Racine, but I'm from San Antonio.
And we've got all the noise in the background here with all these awesome planes coming in. Some of them are small and some of them are huge, and then the one we hear behind us or in front of us right now is a big plane. The Navy, Army, and Air Force, and everybody else is here today.
Yeah, that's a T-28. It was a primary trainer for the Navy and the Air Force.
Now, have you had some kind of training in the service?
Yes, I was, besides being a maintenance officer in the Navy, I went to the helicopter school in Fort Rucker, Alabama for the Army Reserves. So I'm a designated Army aviator in addition to my Navy background.
Oh, so you have a long background here, many records.
Well, the other little known fun fact to know and tell is that after I got out of the Navy and was flying in the Army Reserves, I was a civilian instructor for the Air Force. So I'm trilingual. I can speak Army, Navy, and Air Force.
When you say civilian, what does that mean?
We had, in the primary flight screening program down in San Antonio, west of San Antonio, they screen the Air Force pilots. And they take them their first basic 16 flights in Cessna high wing trainers. And they've recently changed that aircraft, but when I was there, and they used primarily civilians that taught the Air Force cadets, so to speak, and we had about 11 to 15 military members supervise that whole program.
All right. How did you start flying? Why did you start flying? And I think maybe Marge had something to do with this also, right?
Right. I've been flying in an aircraft for a little over 20 years, but just got my license 3 years ago. My late husband and I restored the airplane that I'm standing in front of, and when he died, I just couldn't quite part with the airplane. Felt I couldn't ask all my friends to keep flying me around, so instead I learned to fly. And Marge was a very close friend of my late husband, and she volunteered immediately to teach me to fly. So she taught me to fly and still teaches me a lot about the aircraft and aviation, and has become a good friend.
Now this plane behind us is what kind of a plane?
This is a 1947 Stinson Voyager. It's a model 108-1, and it's a 4-passenger with a 150-horse Franklin engine, and it goes 108 miles an hour.
Now, is that pretty fast?
For me it is. It's not as fast as a jet by any means, but I'm a recreation pilot, so I'm only looking for fair weather and meeting good friends, going to fly-in such as this. So it goes at a decent speed, it gets me in a reasonable time, and I'm not quite as caught by maybe if there's some weather behind me. I do have a chance of diverting and getting out of it. So it suits me just fine.
Being a lady and a pilot and flying your own plane like this, it's got to be mind-boggling to a lot of the viewers out there, especially the ones that have always thought about maybe flying and never have tried it or done it. How many hours basically does it take? Is it something that somebody can do leisurely, like over a period of years, or is it something maybe that you need to do and stick with and get it over with?
Well, you can do it, I guess, both ways. The preference is because it's a skill. Just like learning to drive a car, you have to practice it, and with the airplane, you have to practice a little bit more. So my preference in the way that I did my license was in a concentrated period of time. I did it in about 6 months over the summertime, because I did find that if I was away from it for about a week, some of the skills felt eroded, and I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist too, so I always want to do the landings perfect every time. So you can do it over a period of time, and I know some people that do that and they enjoy it, so I guess it's whatever speed you want to go at. But I wanted to get up flying, use my aircraft since I did have one already, so I had a purpose in mind and a goal and a mission, so I went for it.
And you accomplished it.
I sure did.